Hmm. Here I am. Here I am. What's my glasses? Oh, there, my Aussie glasses. Here we go. I think that's funny. Oh, so I had to restart, and now my YouTube is buffering. Okay. Anyway, pop my chat out and see. Pop it out. It popped out. Good. There we go. Unfortunately, I'm just looking at myself here. So, how's everybody doing out there? All one of you? Good to see you. I had to restart my Zoom because it was set weird. How do you like my Aussie glasses? I literally had these when I was in high school. Had a couple of them. Excuse me. Apologies for the voice. I still have the weird voice thing going on ever since I started carnivore, which I don't think is the issue. I don't think it's carnivore. Anyway, I'm teaching myself to drink black coffee because tomorrow is my starting my fifth month of carnivore. And hi, somebody else came in. I've got my top chat on. And I haven't lost any weight. And apparently there are a teeny tiny little handful of us that have that happen. Some people have been on it for 2 years and never lost weight. It's like, but I've been tweaking things here. I've been tweaking things there to see if something helps. Last weekend, I went on a 2-day fast. I fasted all weekend. And second day, it's kind of like, you get thinking about it. And it's more like I wasn't really hungry. I just wanted to eat. It's probably my body saying, come on, it's easier to just eat and then I can burn that instead of burning the fat. Um, but my body was like, yeah. But I was like, yeah, I finally started getting kind of hungry. I'm hungry right now. I ate my last meal at 5 last night. I wasn't going to, and I shouldn't have, but I had one at 2 and then I had one at 5 because I thought, well, if I fast for 24, it won't be hard to get to 5 o'clock is easy peasy because I'll be busy most of the day. I tried to, and I saw, who was it? I played a video and watched that about they were doing studies on people that did keto carnivore or carnivore. They had both, and they had them eating within, I think, a 6 hour window or something. I can't remember, but some of them ate until like 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and others ate their first meal early, and their last meal was like at 2 or 3, excuse me, 2 or 3 o'clock. And it said that the people that ate early, no matter if they were carnivore or keto, lost lots more weight, and it boosted their mitochondria. It did all these really good things by not eating after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm going to probably in the next couple of days, I'm starting to shift my time back up again because sometimes I'll just do it because I don't feel like eating. But anyway, I'm going to be doing that. Trying different things. Like I went without cream and stevia and a bunch of other stuff for a month. Didn't do anything. All dairy, knocked out all dairy. Didn't do anything. No difference. How I felt, anything. Although I got to say, after I did the 2-day fast, I broke out. I should say I broke out. My insulin resistance rash got really bad. And I had a breakout of these weird patches. They're like the size of a mosquito bite, kind of a little bit bigger. And it's like crusty, flaky. It's weird. It's red. some kind of an irritation. It could be a bug bite, but I don't think so. Okay, how do I get this thing off? I haven't worn a necklace for a while. Got to be smarter than a necklace. But I got some of those. I have one on my, is it my leg? Maybe two on my leg. I've seen several of them. And I got boils, but I thought they were boils. But the thing is, they weren't like tight. I'm gonna check this necklace out. It's really pretty. Came with the crown. You guys just coming in missed the crown. Here's the crown. Uh, but I got looking at, oh, you can't see it with this on. I forgot. There, you can kind of see it. Not pretty. Um, it didn't start out like a welt, like some of them get. Because I've had boils. I had one or two under my neck when I was a kid. It was hormones. But it started out, it was like a red patch, just slightly elevated, and it was all dry skin. It looked like it had already been really big and then came down because when your skin stretches and then goes compresses back, that dead skin on top flakes off. I was like that. And I have like three of them and they're kind of in a row. So I got thinking it might be a spider that did it because I got bit by one last year. I think it was a spider bite because it was the exact same thing I've got right now. Um, and I was working outside and Haas comes in and lays on the bed with me and crawls under the covers sometimes. And he's God knows where. He's out flopping around all over the place. And he might have brought a spider in and bit me. But I had one last year that I'm trying to think where it was. It was in a weird spot, kind of hard to see. But it took 4 months to heal up. And then even then it was still, I mean, to where it was not cruddy looking. So I don't know. I think that might be spider bites. Anyway. Um, Yeah, so after I came off my fast, I had that. No, so I don't know for sure if that was a welt or a boil. It wasn't like any boil I've had before. I think it was a spider bite, but I'm not sure. Most definitely the other things like this here. This is from the insulin resistance, apparently, from what I understand, because it's like between my boobs and under my bra, in my belly button, on the insides of my legs, and under my armpits. I've got that something Afrikaans, whatever it is, which are Niger. I can't remember. It's black. It's dark, not black. It's darker skin, and that's under my armpits right here. It's like a dark. It's kind of a red, almost. It looks like it's in the shade, but it's a like a red skin. Like you got. It looks like a burn. It looks, and under both arms, and those are signs which I didn't know of insulin resistance. Who knew? Who knew? Because doctors don't go after insulin resistance, they go after glucose. Well, if you don't take care of insulin resistance, your glucose is going to be off. Everything else is going to be off. So it doesn't hurt. It itches. It sometimes it keeps me up at night scratching. And that's the new skin coming up, which means I'm having a flare up because when you get a flare up, you've got new skin. And that new skin coming up under the old skin has to go somewhere, right? And the old skin is holding it down. So your body is designed, I believe, to scratch the old skin off. That's why it itches so bad. So you're scratching at this old skin to get it off. So I'm just like raking and that's these nice long fingernails I've been taking biotin. I not so much lately. I need to start taking it again. These nice long fingernails, since I've been doing carnivore, they're getting harder, which is nice. They're getting a little, not a lot, a little bit stronger. So I'm actually able to scratch, but like I'll get an itch like right here over my ear. That's another place. I get it around my ears too. And I'll start itching. And that's when new skin's coming in. Anyway, it's kind of interesting that the fast did that. So it tells me it did something to my insulin resistance. My insulin was having a flip flop or something because 2 days of not eating it should have pushed it way down. That's it. Some people have to do fast. Some doctors say, "Oh, you can't get it down unless you fast." Well, not necessarily true. That's their belief, but other people have done it without doing that. I saw a film or a doctor talking about taking an aspirin each day, which I need to do. I haven't eaten yet. Keep your fingers crossed. It doesn't give me a gut ache because usually it does. This stuff I'm using cheap Equate stuff. I don't know if you can see it. It's the cheapest one they have. Aspirin's hard to find. Just regular aspirin. They had like a 10 by 8 foot area covered with all kinds of chemicals. but aspirin was on the very bottom shelf, right next to the floor, and only that wide. Had like four different kinds. I couldn't find Bear. I was looking for baby buffered baby aspirin. I couldn't find any. They didn't have any. These things kind of bug me. These little packets. Anyway, these little packets, garbage. So said to take one 81 milligram aspirin per day. And they showed studies showed that after 3 months or 6 months, 6 months, insulin resistance had dropped by 30%, which is a pretty good deal for just taking aspirin every day. So what else is it doing for your body that we don't know about? Anyway, so I take one of these. And last time I actually took aspirin was down in Florida when I lived down there because I didn't like doing chemicals like Aleve and all that stuff. So I took aspirin when I got really, really bad because I hate taking pills. But one of the times I took it, I had it was on an empty stomach and it ate a hole in my stomach. Oh, does that ever hurt? And it was weird because my grandma did the same thing at the same time. I was in Florida and she was up here in Washington, and I'm heard she ended up in the hospital from it. I don't know how I healed mine, but it just took time and staying away, and I think just not eating. But yeah, whew, that hurts because that acid leaks through and starts burning up other stuff in your gut. But yeah, it's the last time I took aspirin. That's why I quit taking just aspirin, was because of that. So uh anyway, I'm starting again. Let's keep our fingers crossed that doesn't, because I'm drinking coffee. I haven't eaten anything since 5 o'clock yesterday. And we'll see what happens. I'll fast at least one, I'll do at least a 24-hour thing. So I got thinking, if I just do a 24-hour fast, isn't that one meal a day? Isn't that like OMAD? When you hear people say OMAD, that means one meal a day. Excuse me. So I don't know. It is technically it's one meal a day. Anyway, the what have I been eating? I've been eating, oh, I'm watching a video with Maria Emmerich. Emmerich. She is teeny tiny. She went way too far with losing weight, and she got so small. She was actually ending up in the hospital, and she decided she's going to gain a little bit of weight back, which I'm glad because she was very emaciated. I always thought she was from the first time I saw her when I started doing keto years ago. I thought she was way too skinny. You know, when people do the weightlifting competitions, they stop eating was it, I don't know what they stop eating. They stop eating something. Anyway, their faces, you see the muscles underlying the skin. They lose all that fat on their face, and you can see the muscles under there. And they have, it looks like lines. Um, she had that, and she wasn't cutting back to lose weight. She just, in her arms were tiny, tiny, but she had good recipes. She just wasn't eating anything. And when she did eat, I think she ate well when she ate. But anyway, she was talking about having to gain weight back, and she was having problems with that because she was afraid to get fat again because she did start out years ago heavy. And that's something everybody that's ever been heavy and hated it and tried to lose weight and got there, they're terrified of gaining even 10 pounds back because they're afraid they'll just keep going up and up and up and not stop. It's like a terror. That's really weird because yeah, being heavy is very traumatizing. People don't realize that. But people are going back to say, well, what was the trigger? You know, look, why, when did you start gaining weight? What were you doing? What were you eating? I was barely eating. I kind of slowed down on my eating when I gained weight a year ago. My kitty disappeared a year ago on the 4th. And when I realized that he was gone, when he was actually missing, I remember that feeling. And I don't like going back there because I'm afraid it'll trigger whatever happened that made me gain the weight, the insulin resistant stuff. But yeah, that really, really was the cherry on the ice cream that put me down. And I started gaining weight really fast, really fast. And I didn't understand why. I was like, what's going on? I'm not eating any, it was just weird. But I was busy with doing other things. I wasn't paying attention, but it got to where I couldn't put my underwear didn't fit anywhere anymore. And I'm like, even my fat underwear didn't fit from when I lost the weight or when I was fat before keto. I was like, what is going on? And I was still doing keto. Um, I see a lot of people say keto didn't work anymore. Well, I think what it is the reason you were fat in the first place was probably because of emotional stuff. For the people that keto doesn't work anymore, your cortisol's been spiked. And I think it all goes back to cortisol. I haven't seen any doctors really harping on that yet. They'll get there. Because I remember even when I was young, if I had, if I got really depressed or really, really mad, and I mean, real, I used to have a really bad temper. If I got super, super, uh, that cortisol punch, I'd gain weight. If I got really depressed, I'd gain weight as cortisol. And I think that with my cat, I was really upset. I was freaking out. I didn't know if he was dead or alive. I didn't know if he was injured somewhere. So all that worrying. So I kind of get it when they talk about people that have a child that's kidnapped or kidnapped and killed, how people not knowing is really bad because your brain won't stop that loop. And it takes that process takes hormones, it takes vitamins, minerals, and your body's using all those up with this because anxiety is a massive stress. And the kitty was my kid, that was my baby, the little baby kitty. So of course I don't, it wasn't a child, but to me it was like a child. So I went through a kind of a probably much less than what a parent does, but it was still there and it still affected me. So that I believe that cortisol spike for all those months, because I always was a type A, always type A. I was riding my bike down to the river to work and back up again, or I was hiking the hill. I was always doing something physical. And walking, I walked year round no matter how hot or how cold it was. And I would put weights in my boots and scuff my feet through the snow to create as much drag as possible, trying to build muscle, which I could never do because my cortisol levels were whacked out from years of abuse. Um, couldn't build muscle, couldn't lose weight. The weight just kind of came and went as it wanted. I couldn't understand why. And it was the stress stuff. But when I went on keto, it was the first time, and I knew I had thyroid problems. When I went on keto, the first time it was 4 months. So like right now would be my last day of keto after doing it for 4 months, having no weight loss. I noticed I felt better because I wasn't getting the acid reflux. Trying to think what else. I didn't really have a lot of arthritis back. Yeah, I kind of did. Different things were different though. I just noticed I felt better. Overall, I felt better doing keto, but I wasn't losing weight. And that's why I did it, because I was at my very heaviest point I'd ever been in my life. I was living in a situation that was horrible. I hated where I lived. I was praying daily that God would give me something else. My mom and dad, actually, my mom and dad went through all that stuff with them being bumped off, uh, and the executor and all that stuff. So I was huge. I was huge. And I saw pictures of myself and it blew me away. It's like, that's my stomach. I thought it was just the coat that was blowing out in the wind. That was my gut sticking away. I was like, oh my gosh. But I tried and I didn't know how to lose weight. I was even my boyfriend said, you don't eat anything. How are you gaining weight? It Yeah, hormones suck sometimes, but it's not calories in, calories out. I can tell you that. If you've got stress in your life, manage your stress. They say to go for walks, swim. If you've got a pool, I love to swim. I wish I had a swimming pool. I'd be using it. Um, keep your thoughts if you can on something else. Think of relaxing things. I am still so affected from the stress that music stresses me out. I used to listen to music a lot. I can't listen to it anymore. It it stresses me out. It's the weirdest thing. Um, it doesn't relax me. It puts me on edge. It's too much peripheral activity. Like my birds do it to me too. Like right now, if they start squawking a little bit too loud, I can't take it. It's like, yeah, it's very strange. Audio things. I should get some noise canceling headphones. Actually, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. But anyway, yeah, I can't even listen to music yet. I expect that will change as my hormones get figured out. But yeah, doing keto healed up a lot of things. The 4 month mark, I felt better. but I was pissed off that I didn't lose weight. Really mad. I even used Dr. Berg was helping me. He couldn't figure out why. He didn't know. But this is a long time ago, 8 years ago. Had no idea why I wasn't losing weight. He said, well, maybe you should just be eating salads. And it's like, you think I didn't try that? That's a diet. That's a regular diet. All girls do it. Just eat salad. Yeah. It's like, I got really mad at him too. It's like, but he didn't know what to do. He threw his hands up. So I don't know. I don't know. Something's wrong. I don't know what it is. And that was my last ditch effort. I apologize for my voice. That's been going on since I got this, what they call it, slash throat or knife throat or whatever it was. I got it. I got sick the same days that I started carnivore 4 months ago at Easter. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's back there all the time. And anyway, so I went off keto. I think I went off keto around May or June of that year. And at around Christmas time, I remember I probably from eating, I was probably eating Christmas crap because everything at Christmas is crap pretty much. Oh, you bought your aspirin at Costco? Yeah, I'll get. Well, I was at Walmart, and when I heard the video, I thought I want to start this right now. So I ran into Walmart and got some, but I'll get some at Costco next time. Yeah, everything's cheaper there, especially stuff like that where you can buy like 1,000 pills for like $10 or something. That was $2, $2.97, I think. For this, it has 120. This will last me 3 months, 4 months. Anyway, hi Cindy, how are you doing? Excuse me. So I went back on carnivore or on keto. I think it was around the first, yeah, because I figured, well, I'm going to eat my Christmas crap and feel like crap and go back on keto. So I went back on keto and I never went off of it again because I felt so much better doing it. And you don't have to do it to lose weight because you can gain weight or lose weight or maintain weight on keto. Uh, you don't have to ever go off of it. And the main thing I found later was the seed oils. The seed oils really affect me badly. They cause really bad inflammation. My joints would hurt. I get not headaches, but my face would puff up. Well, it's puffy now. I don't still. I guess that's my insulin resistance. But anyway, yeah, it was interesting that when I went back on it, I just never went off of it again. Even if I ate something I wasn't supposed to, I was still doing keto, but I would give myself permission about once every month or two to have something, a cupcake or something. And it was really the frosting I wanted. It wasn't the cake part. But it was usually the frosting. It was that fat and sweet together that I was after. But I would do that every once in a while. And sometimes I'd binge. I'd have like 6 cupcakes, cut the tops off, just eat the frosting and throw the rest away. I was always throwing most of it away. But it was whatever I was craving, I would get that and do it every several months. So I didn't tell myself, no, or at Christmas time, I can have a couple oranges. Because usually you don't really eat a lot of oranges when you eat them. But because the oranges at Christmas are so good and I love the taste of them, I'll deal. But when I did go off, like, oh, I'd buy poppers. Every once in a while at Walmart, I'd buy the jalapeno poppers because I figured they were the least carby of what I could buy there. And they're good. And I could actually make my own at home. I just didn't. But I would buy those every once in a while, which I think are probably a lot more carby than I wanted to think about. But I'd be hungry. I'd go there and I'd be hungry. As you always eat something before you go shopping. You should, but I didn't. Anyway, so I lost weight on keto. I probably lost. Well, I went from a size 18 to probably a size 9, whatever size that is, 9, 10. I was wearing a 10, so I went down that many sizes. The weird thing was, like I said before, I didn't expect to lose weight. And I didn't until the 5th month I started losing weight. Don't know why, 5th month. So I'm hoping this 5th month with carnivore will do the same thing. Because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to lose weight on keto, but I don't feel like crap all the time. So I stuck with it. But I noticed with carnivore, the first thing I noticed, of course, going from, if you're going to do carnivore, I think probably you should do keto for a month and kind of step yourself into carnivore. it's a lot easier that way because just going cold turkey, that'd be really hard unless you have a reason. And I think going into carnivore, you should fast because doing keto, you'll be able to fast a lot easier. When you get into ketosis, your body will burn the fat for fuel instead of sugar. So whatever you're eating, past that, if you've got like I would get hungry, start to get a little hunger pang thing. I remember I told you guys this last week. I think I get a little bit hungry. I was working outside. I remember when this first happened because it was so mind blowing to me that I was outside doing some work and about 4 o'clock. Wow. I remember hearing people say they forgot to eat. And I thought, how do you forget to eat? You get hungry. How do you forget to eat? Well, I forgot to eat because I was busy. And when you're doing keto, you don't get hungry as much. I don't know. It's just because you're burning the fat, I guess, for fuel instead of food. So I'm outside working and I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little bit hungry. I looked at the clock. It's 4 o'clock. I thought, I'll get done with this. It was like a 10, 15-minute task and I'll go in and make something to eat. Well, I'm the type person when I'm kind of like, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. So I got done with that. I went to something else. That needs done. I went to something else. And I didn't have like blasted energy, but I was able to do things I needed to get done, which was nice. I really liked that. And that's something that I liked about keto. So finally I get to the point where I'm like, oh, I was going to eat. And I looked at the clock and it's 7 o'clock. I thought, I'm not even hungry. And it was shocking to me that so what was happening at those 3 hours, my body, instead of using my belly, was using the fat on my belly. It was chewing it up and using that for fuel. And that's how it's supposed to work. Your body learns to burn fat for fuel. And that's what ketosis is. So anyway, yeah, and I did that and I'm like, wow, crazy. But yeah, I lost that weight. I don't even know. I must have lost probably, I'm trying to think how much I lost before I realized I was even losing. Like I said, I thought my clothes were being damaged in my washing machine because they all were all loose. It's like, what is wrong? Because this shirt here, this is one of the shirts that I wore when I was really, really fat. And when I put it on, it was like hanging on me. And my pants, I couldn't keep my pants up. And they were they're kind of a stretch cotton. Now, what's wrong with my pants? Because I don't look in the mirror. I never look in the mirror. I'll brush my teeth, I wash my face, and I go. I don't really look at myself in the mirror. And at nighttime, same ritual. And full body mirror, no, I've got one, but half of it's covered up with furniture. I don't look at myself. I just don't. So when I finally realized when my underwear was getting loose, um, that's when I was like, whoa, I'm losing. No, I saw a picture of myself with seasoned pixels. I'm like, wow, because I had this stuff here before and these lines, I had all this crud before. And when I saw a picture of myself with seasoned pixels, all that was gone. And it shocked me how thin my face was. It's like, wow. And that's the light bulb finally came on that I lost weight. And I'd probably lost 2 dress sizes by then, and I didn't even know it. Yeah, I'm not real bodily aware apparently, but I was pretty happy to see it, obviously. Very happy to see that I'd lost weight. So anyway, when the kitty disappeared last year, a year ago, and I started blasting the fat on, it didn't occur to me until probably a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, that that's how I got fat was when my cat disappeared. And I was so upset about it for months, every single day. I thought about him and I worried about him and I felt guilty because I thought, well, my bedroom door shut and he thought I was gone. So he ran out to the fence and was waiting for me out at the gate because I caught him on my security camera. Last picture I ever saw of him, he was heading for my gate and waiting for me out by the gate. So I might be somebody grabbed him. He was a cute kitty. He was a Manx. Very cute kitty. And he would have ran up to somebody if he could get under the gate to go, and he might have went to them thinking I might have been with them or something, and they might have just picked him up and packed him off. I put signs up everywhere, post op, I put signs everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, it wasn't until like 2 months ago that I didn't think about him every single day and worry about him. I had to just let it go and say, God knows what happened to him. And I just asked God, if he's with somebody, let them take care of him. He had certain dietary needs. And if he's gone, let me see him in heaven. I hope he's with me in heaven. So I had to let it go because it was driving me crazy. So that's what put the weight on me. So I don't know. Okay, how do you reverse that? Because I know the stress. Dr. Bird said when you have stress, those birds, the birds are driving me crazy. I feel like throwing a blanket over them. So he said when you have stress in your life, he said just because the stress passes, it doesn't go away. It's still resident in your body. Your body hangs on to that. And that makes sense. That's why a lot of people get heavy after stress. You look at really heavy people, a lot of them have had a really bad, something bad happen. Car accident, um, a family member passing away. There's a lot of reasons, whatever the stress come in it. Uh, some people will just blow up. And I think the food we have now too is no help with that. Food's all toxic, and that's why it keeps like it bothers me when they say it's a proper human diet. I don't buy that. It's not. Carnivore is not the proper human diet. It is the right diet for our time because of the poison food. That's why people need to do carnivore, and I don't think it's a forever thing. Some people do it for years. That's okay. Um, Carnivore is good for that, but it gets your body to where if you're only eating meat and you get your body to a certain point where things are like all your inflammation's gone, your joints don't hurt, your flexibility is good, um, you don't get the migraines anymore, you don't get the sore throats, you don't get whatever, the tendonitis, all that stuff goes away. And one day you say, okay, I'm going to have, like, I'll tell you, I did have my first pickle. I had a gherkin pickle the other day, Thursday, little one, because I looked at the jar and thought, well, there's really nothing in here. I'll try a pickle. 4 months, I'll try a pickle. So I tried a pickle. And so after you eat something, this is the same with keto. This is something with keto to do too. When you eat something, they call it an elimination diet. That's what carnivore is. You eliminate everything but necessities. Beef has everything in it. You could live on beef for the rest of your life and nothing else and live. So you've got rid of all the peripherals. Then you try something. You wait a day or two and see how you feel. Do your feet swell up? Does your face swell up? Does your tongue swell up? Does your hair fall out? Do you get rashes? All these things. You start trying little things like that here and there. Oh, I can have pickles. And they are like less than one carb. I can't remember what it said on the jar. It's like minus is less than one carb. So it's not a carby thing. So what I did was I made uh, deviled eggs, and I used a little bit of pickle juice in the deviled eggs. So anyway, yeah, you can do things like that. So you tried a food, you try this, you try that. I already know that grains are bad. I'm not going to be popping a grain in my unless it's foreign. If it's from Italy, I might try that way down the road. But right now, I want to make sure that I want to wait, seeing how things work. It worked on keto. I lost weight on keto, so I should be able to lose weight on this too. It just takes my body a long time. And I think it's the insulin issue. It just takes that long for my insulin issues. And I think it's the liver. I've been doing things for liver. I've been taking papaya leaf tea every morning. I drink my salt. Now, like I said before, the worst thing at 3 months, my very worst issue was no energy. And I hadn't had any energy on carnivore at all. I was comatose practically. I couldn't get anything done. Take a shower, I was wiped out. So I took, somebody said to take salt in a mug of water. So they said a teaspoon. I put about a half teaspoon, maybe a little bit more in a mug of water. That's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. And that's what they said to do. Do it first thing and drink that down. And I was taking, let's see, I did that for 2 days and I had a little bit of energy. I actually got up. I think I vacuumed. I'm not kidding. I was not getting anything done. It was really bothering me. But somebody said it could be the low salt. You might have really low salt. And I think I'm going to take salt again because I knew with keto in the afternoon when it was hot, I would drink salt water if I got tired or really tired, have some salt water, put a little salt in some water and drink it down. I would get some energy. So it's apparently my electrolytes. Even though I take electrolytes, I'm not taking enough. So if you guys, even if you're not doing carnivore and you feel like you don't have enough energy, try taking a little bit of salt in hot water Or sometimes what I'll do is I'll put my electrolytes, I'll fill a glass with ice cubes, pour my electrolytes on them, which are unflavored. I make my own, unflavored, and then I'll pour a bottle or a can of either Zevia sweetened pop, which is done with stevia, or just some like sparkling water, like a lemon, grapefruit. What I'll pour that on top and drink that. And it's actually after a couple times of doing that, it tastes pretty good. You get used to it, and your body starts wanting it, so it makes it taste good to you. So, but I was doing that, so I was having a problem with energy. I got to tell you, I've got more done in the last month than I probably have in 6 months because I've just felt better taking the salt. And so, like I said, I'm trying a lot of different things to see what works. And that's kind of how it goes with this stuff. With carnivore, you and keto, you try different things and see what works. I'd watched Dr. Bosworth, and she has exogenous ketones, and she was talking about how they work in the body. She says when you wake up in the morning, she was talking about how your blood sugar should be low, but people that have liver problems and insulin resistance, it'll be high because their liver will start pumping out sugar when it starts getting low. The dirty liver starts pumping out sugar. So here you wake up and you've got this stupid high stuff. She said, take the ketones in the morning and don't eat. And she said, because as soon as you eat, your insulin shoots straight up. Like most people, it'll go up and come back down. But with people like me, it goes way up, stays up, and doesn't come down for a couple hours afterwards. And exercise sometimes can help bring it down. But she showed the graphs and how this works with people. She says, so after you eat, she goes, about 2 hours after you eat, things start settling down. It'll come down slightly. And I thought, so I asked her last week, I said, if I take ketones 2 hours after I eat, even though my insulin's high, will that help? She goes, yes. So the ketones, if you take the ketones, it helps your body learn to make ketones because mine wasn't making even though I was on keto. My body was not making the ketones because of the stress. The stress blocked it like that. And it's like, so I'm learning a lot. I'm learning an awful lot about this. You can get a morning fasting glucose or fasting insulin test, but I guess doctors don't like to do them because they don't make them any money. But you can get it done to see where they're at. I don't do doctors. I get around a doctor and they try to kill me. So it's like, no thanks. I got better things to do. I just figure I'll work it out on my own. Unless it gets really bad, I'm not going to be. And to get a blood test, I have to go to a clinic to get them to draw it, but I hate that too. So anyway, I figure if I can do this, I will. It's kind of like hit and miss, but until I have to, if I'm forced to go get a blood test, I will. Because I know that some people think that blood tests are the right thing to do, and they probably are to see where you're at. But with my symptoms, I'm very obviously symptomatic with insulin resistance. And when those symptoms start dissipating, then I know that my insulin resistance is getting better. It's all clinical. For me, it's like the evidence is visual. So when the visual evidence starts to recede, I'll know that my insulin resistance is getting better. And apparently a fatty liver will cause, it's weird to think that keto could sustain a fatty liver, but apparently it does. So the fatty liver thing is what I've been working on along with insulin resistance. The papaya leaf tea is for the liver. I might get some TUDCA. Dr. Berg talks about TUDCA a lot, how that's one of the best things you can take for your liver to get it healed up. So it's really expensive. That's why I haven't bought any, but I probably will have to. And I need to get some more magnesium glycinate too. So I might as well buy them together on Amazon. That's where I get all my stuff because it's cheaper. But I'll get that. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to see, it's like this stuff here, this rash here, that came up after I fasted. That popped up all red and welty and stuff. So for some reason that affected my insulin. It must have kicked it up high or something. So while fasting, the liver, what happens when you fast? The liver, it pumps out the sugar. So my liver must have been a happy little guy just making lots of sugar. So anyway, so I'm drinking black coffee. which I don't normally like, but I know I can get used to it. I bought some mocha. It was on the clearance rack at Walmart the other day. Mocha coffee. It's Dunkin' Donuts mocha. And I have some chocolate flavored stevia drops. So I put some of that in there. What I was getting to the fat thing, Maria Emmerich was, everybody has a different idea about what works and what doesn't. I just bought like $100 worth of pork belly because Kelly Hogan said you got to eat more fat for the hormones. You got to eat that fat because she goes, it's even more important than protein. You got to eat that fat because if you don't, you're not going to gain weight eating fat. Well, Maria Emmerich says, yes, you will gain weight eating fat. So she says, you cut way back on your fat. And I'm like, and you'll find these contradictions because whatever the cause of their weight gain or weight loss is, it's going to be different. For me, it's super stress, emotional super stress, like gut wrenching stress. That puts weight on me. For her, it might be the food she can't eat. You don't know. So her not eating fat. And so I'm going low fat for a week to see what happens. Oh, by the way, when I did my 2 days of fasting, I weighed myself the next day and I'd lost, what was it, 2 pounds? I figured it was probably water weight, 3 pounds, maybe it was three, because I was at 200, always at 200. I dropped, I think it was 2.5 pounds. And then the day after that, I gained one of them back and I expected to gain the next one back again. But so I didn't weigh myself. I weighed myself yesterday and I was 190, day before yesterday, Wednesday. No, Thursday. What was I? 198. And I weighed myself today, but I was wearing the same pajamas every day. Well, today I weighed myself and I wasn't wearing the same pajamas, which do weigh more than ones. I don't know if those were a difference. I'll know tomorrow because I'll put my other ones back on and weigh myself. They're hanging dry right now, or else I'd have tried it. But I was down 197.8, I think. But it was different pajamas, and I think that's what it was. Yeah. So I've lost like 1 or 2 pounds, I think, but it keeps going up again. It's going up, and then we'll see. It'd be nice if it finally kickstarted it and I weighed a little bit less in a couple days and a little bit less a couple days later. We'll see if it's finally going to happen. What a surprise it would be. That's going to happen hopefully eventually. But anyway, yeah, so the fat thing, I'm not eating fat. I'm not putting cream in my coffee because some doctors, oh, you can't eat cream. I think Carrie from Homestead, can't think what the guy that is doing the movie. He said that cream, he says, just tell them to quit eating cream and they'll lose weight. Well, I did that 2 months ago. Did it for a whole month and I didn't lose any weight. Didn't do anything. It didn't feel different. And for dairy, I had a couple over the month. I had a pint or two of the El Ruderai yogurt, which I had, when you make the yogurt, it's really good, but if you strain it and let it strain for some time, it gets all of the carbs out, the liquid, the whey, and then you can eat it. I didn't have any flare-ups. I didn't have any problems with it. I don't remember any. So I did that. And I thought, nope, I'm going to be done. That's the only other dairy. I had that, butter, and I like cottage cheese. Even when I was doing keto, I'd buy cottage cheese and I wouldn't eat it. It'd go bad in my fridge. I'd buy sour cream to do something with and I wouldn't eat it. And it's like, so I wasn't big on dairy anyway, which is good. That's a good thing. It's easier to cut out that way. So yeah, I cut out my cream. That was how I was getting a lot of fat in my diet. But now that I'm going to try reducing the fat and just eat steak without any butter, because she was saying, I just try, eat your steak without your butter. Don't put cream in your coffee. Don't, cut back on the fat and see what happens. Now I was trying to think what I did when I was on keto. I think I never put butter on my steak. I didn't ever add extra fat to anything. I used a carb counter when I first started to make sure that I was eating, because you have to go back every once in a while and do a carb count thing to see how much fat you're getting, how much protein and carbs, because you want to keep your carbs under 20 on keto. So I used it a few times just to make sure that I was on the right track. Because it's easy to get, it's like, oh, well, that's not got carbs in it. Yeah, it does. Whoops. Because it'll tell you if it does or not. You enter the food and it'll tell you. Excuse me. And sometimes you just kind of want to cheat a little bit and do stupid. But anyway, um, yeah. And I lost weight on keto. It just took a long time till I got to the point, and then all of a sudden, and I didn't fast. I didn't do any fasting on keto. And I could, I think maybe 1 year I might have done a day, and I was surprised how easy it was. I know I did it because I remember thinking how easy it was to fast because your body just wants to eat. It'll take whatever's available. So anyway, that was good. Oh, I got so much stuff to do. And let's see, anything else? What's the difference from last week to this? Oh, the energy thing with the ketones. I did notice taking the ketones because I was putting them in my coffee. People were saying that it was spiking their insulin. A lot of people said that her ketones were spiking their insulin. And so I haven't been taking those for the last couple of days either, just to see. And I feel different. I do feel a little bit different. I'm hoping my body has enough ketones built up. She said you don't have to take that stuff forever. You take it for a few weeks and it will help your body, because after you're done eating, when you start taking the ketones, it will force production in the body. And until you eat again, those ketones will stay in there and help your mitochondria build up, help build up your mitochondria. So the ketone things are a lot better than I thought they were. They're not the devil, or not a waste. Because I remember hearing for years from different people, oh, they're just a waste of money. They aren't going to do anything for you. But she's done a lot of research, background research, and that's why she makes her own and she takes them. She uses them herself. But it's something, it's a tool. And if it'll make things easier, I'm all for it. The insulin resistance thing is just a shock. That was a total shock to me that I had it. So it's something to look into. And I think, what they say, 90% of Americans are insulin resistant now. That's from the food. What else could it be? It was never like that before. And we've got more fat people now than ever before. And people that are very fat, a lot of them don't eat much. I ate a lot more when I was skinny than I do now. I'll tell you that. I ate a lot more. I've been trying to consolidate, get out of here, trying to consolidate my calorie intake, do my intermittent fasting, which when you're doing carnivore or keto, intermittent fasting is like just a window where you're not eating. Like, say you have 6 hours a day where you can eat your breakfast and then lunch at 3 and then your supper at 6. That's an 18-hour window. So for 18 hours, you're fasting. You're not snacking. And I used to nibble a little bit here and there. It doesn't, doing this carnivore and keto, it makes it, it's like, all keto, I did snack a little bit. I was snacking when I do my show at night. I got in a habit. It was just a habit. I wasn't hungry. I just like, it tastes good. So, anyway, yeah, it's, no, every time you put something in your mouth, any kind of food, it's going to make your insulin go up. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a lemon. It could be a piece of cucumber. Your insulin's going to go up. And the whole point of doing this, keep your insulin levels down to get them trained to stay down, so they're not overreacting. You want to, because they're resistant. Uh, it's your body is being resistant to the insulin you're taking in, and so it's pumping out more glucose to try and cover that. You want to keep that stuff low because it's very damaging. Sugar is very damaging to the body. Glucose is a form of sugar. When you eat carbs turn to sugar in your body, turn to glucose. So that's why you want to do a low carb thing. And it's not just, like I said, it's not just to lose weight, it's for health. You get rid of those seed oils. That was a big one for me, because when I, at the end of the keto, all I was eating was salad with Thousand Island dressing on it that happened to be made with a seed oil. And my knuckles were hurting, my joints were hurting, swelling up. I would have bouts where my hip would hurt. Things were just, it was like, what on earth? But when I went on carnivore, it went away. And I thought, well, the only thing different is the salad, and it wasn't the lettuce doing it. Although some carnivore are pretty hardcore, they'll say, "Oh, you can't have any fiber, you can't have any plants." For some people, it's yeah, until their gut heals up, you get leaky gut and all this other stuff. Fiber can aggravate that. We're doing carnivore, your gut heals because none of that fiber is going through and causing problems. Diverticulosis, that's fibrous stuff that messes with people. You can heal all that up. Stay on carnivore for a while. And then you try a little bit, like if a little piece of celery, that's got a lot of fiber in it. Try that and see how you do. You get a gut ache, do your joints swell up. If this is really a good diet to test food because your doctor can only do so much. Because I've had the allergy testing for stuff like that. My doctor told me I was allergic to everything I put in my mouth. He said everything. He says the good news. We want bad news first or the good news. I said, give me the bad news. He says, no, he said, I said, give me the good news. He says, you can eat anything you want. And I said, really? And he says, yep. And I said, what's the bad news? You're allergic to everything you put in your mouth. So it didn't matter what I put in my mouth. I was allergic to it. I had to put something in there. So I think this carnivore thing, if you're on it long enough, sometimes your body will adjust your reactions to things that you were formerly, your body can heal up enough. It just needs a chance. When you're eating toxins, if you're eating things that have, like, say, strychnine, of course we don't. Well, maybe we do. Who knows? You're eating things that have glyphosate. You take a little bit of poison and put it in somebody's food, over time it will kill them. Some poisons will kill them right away. But you take trace amounts and keep putting it in the food, there have been murders committed this way. A little bit here, a little bit there, and just keep putting it in. And eventually the person gets sick enough that they die. Glyphosate's a poison. I mean, do you take Roundup and spray it in your mouth? Do you drink Roundup in a glass? How long do you think you'd live if you did that? Well, it's accumulative. So if you're eating salad or you're eating grains that have that stuff sprayed on them, how long is it? Because they soak that up. Corn soaks that up. Not to mention the GMO aspect of things and everything else that's going on. They've hybrid plants so that they are GMO or Roundup ready. They've got some kind of creepy Frankenstein manipulation going on inside, so they're not normal anymore. Yeah, and you're eating that stuff. You can't expect to be healthy eating crap food. You can't expect to not hurt. You can't expect to not lose your kidneys by eating garbage food. It's not, I'm not saying it's easy to do. Let's see. The answer is easy. It's a simple answer, but you have to want to be healthy. How sick do you have to get before you'll finally say, okay, I'll do it, and commit to it? And if you fall off the wagon, get back on. I fell off the wagon the first time because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Went back on it, and like magic, it started working. It just took my body a long time, maybe because even though I ate pretty well, I didn't go to McDonald's all the time. I didn't eat at restaurants. I couldn't afford to. I didn't eat trash foods. I cooked almost everything at home. But still, because of the stress, I was sensitive to it. So it built up on me because of the stress. So if you've been abused in your life, if you've been through a rough time, say that you've been in lots of bad relationships, that's the stress, rough family life, all that stuff. Yeah. And then you start eating poison and your body's already going up. Oh my gosh, no, stop. All that. And then the food being an extra stressor. But that's the good thing is food you control. You can control that. You decide what goes in your body. Nobody else, you do. So and say no. Just say no. It's not simple. It's not simple, or I guess it's simple, it's just not easy. If you're used to eating garbage food. I wasn't, so it was a little bit easier for me to do this. I understood, especially after, because what I would eat, every once in a while I'd have a waffle or a pancake, not often, but I would have for breakfast when I was with my boyfriend, I'd have like fried potatoes and a piece. I wouldn't eat very much bacon. I was afraid of the fat. I'd have like a piece of bacon and sometimes an egg. Not often. I don't like eggs in the morning. They gag me. So that's what I'd have for breakfast. For lunch, maybe a sandwich. For supper, might have a hamburger with buns. And that was enough to blow me up like a balloon because of the poisons in the bun, uh, the carbs, all that. So who was it? I think it's Tiana said she can't gain weight. And I just saw something on that too. It was pretty interesting. Things for her that would probably work. But it's a body chemistry thing. So I'm not sleeping all the way through the night. I'm not sure. I'm waking up around 5 or 6 in the morning. I know there's something loud that goes by the house, but you'd think I'd be used to it. But I'll wake up around 6 and look at the clock, go, oh, I got 2 hours before I have to get up. Almost every single morning at 6 o'clock, I'm waking up. And Haas, of course, coming in and sitting on my head. Yeah, I don't know why he likes to sit on my head when I'm on the paper. I think it's to try and push me off the pillow because when I wake up, sometimes he's laying on my pillow and I don't have a pillow. Uh, but he'll pop in and out and chow down when the weather's like this. It's cooler outside. He likes it, so he'll be going in and out at night. But yeah, it's trying to think anything good, anything else good. Even without the ketones, without drinking the ketones, I say, oh, the second day of my fast, I was gonna tell you guys, one of the reasons I went off the fast the second day, I about halfway through that day around noon, I got a rip roaring headache. Oh my gosh, did it hurt? I hardly ever get headaches, but this was a doozy. And I'd had my hot water with salt, so I knew it wasn't a salt thing. A lot of times if you're low on salt, you'll get a headache. I don't know what it was, and I'm getting one right now, right through here. I don't know why. I hardly ever get headaches. But anyway, it was a bad one. And as the day went on, it kind of eased up a little bit. Then it came back even worse. I thought, oh, I'm going to eat. And as soon as I ate, it went away. So I don't know what that was about. But anyway, yeah, so that was the thing. It'll be interesting because I'll probably go to 5 today, do my fast today, and eat. One thing I don't like doing that though, because if I want to do a 2 day, I need to up my day to where I want to start doing where I don't eat after 3 and see how that works. That might work. Maybe I won't fast today, but tomorrow I'll do it where my last meal will be at 3, and I'll let you guys know how that works because there's a lot for different people, different things work. You got Jill. I'm thinking maybe if you guys decide to do keto and you're not on it yet, you might try doing keto, or if you want to do carnivore, do keto for a month, maybe a little bit more, see how you feel, and then fast for a day or 2 days if you can do 2 days, and then do carnivore. Because that Jill, she didn't eat for 4 days because she was sick for coming off those creepy drugs she was on. Thank God she got off of those. But she got so sick she couldn't eat for 4 days. And all that sounded good was meat. So that's what she started eating. And then she looked it up and it was a thing. It was carnivore. She didn't even know about it. And she said almost instantly she started dropping the weight. So her body, and she'd been eating, oh my gosh, she was eating, don't she say how much Dr. Pepper, what she had some kind of pop that she really liked. And she was drinking a lot of that. She was eating horrible. She was eating a standard American diet plus junk food, right? And her insulin resistance must have been through the roof. I can't imagine. So just by fasting for a few days and then starting the carnivore thing, she said she just dropped weight immediately to start piling off of her. Now, one of the doctors, Dr. Bright, said it takes I can't remember what it was, that something in your body 30 days to adjust to a new way of eating. She says a lot of people won't lose weight the first month because of that. But I have a feeling that doing a fast will kick that out and help. So it's advice I would give. Like if I ever went off of this and had to go back on, that's what I would do. I'd do keto for a few months, then do a 2 day fast, and then do carnivore. And I bet that would probably take care of a lot of problems. Let's see, 12:30 already. My gosh. I've been on for an hour. Wow. So yeah, obviously I haven't lost any weight. So I shouldn't say any. Maybe I've lost some ounces from not eating for 2 days. I was watching Courtney, the cookbook lady, talking about her husband and things he had to do. I was like, he's He fasts for 10 days to 2 weeks at a time, just drinking water. And I say, if I have to get that drastic, I'm not doing it. I'm just not. That's ridiculous. That is insane. That there is something major wrong that they haven't figured out yet. That if it takes that to lose weight, it didn't take me that to do when I did it before. I lost weight on keto. So obviously I'm not in that group, but there's something seriously wrong with that man that he couldn't lose. And it's still, he only lost 50 pounds for a guy. That's nothing. So yeah, there's something, I'm guessing he's got some stress stuff going on. And I know if you're stressed out, losing weight's really hard, if not impossible. And they're saying that if you're insulin resistant, you can't lose weight. And I've got it on the belly. That's cortisol fat. I don't ever hear anybody talking about cortisol within the community, within the carnivore keto so much. You got belly fat, that's cortisol. Yeah. So what happens to women when they go through menopause? A lot of them get that belly fat. Well, that's a stress on the body, not having those hormones it's used to having. I'm going to start doing my progesterone again. I've noticed just last week, I think it was Wednesday, I was going to take a shower. All of a sudden, my skin literally started sagging. My gut, which has always been kind of roundish, suddenly I'm getting rolls that are, the collagen is breaking down. And my butt cheeks are touching, they're sagging. My boobs, everything, poof, and it happened like within 2 days because the day before I'd taken the shower and it wasn't doing that. That's how fast it happened. So there's a collagen issue going on. And I used to take collagen, it would make me sick. I'd take it. I took it for a long time, and all of a sudden I started getting really bad gut cramps from it. It took me a while to figure out it was a collagen. I thought it was something else. I was trying to figure out what is it? So I quit taking the primal elements or something. It's in a blue thing at Costco. Quit taking that. I saw that lipedema is this lumpy stuff here. It's hard to see in this light, but it's lumpy on the arms. It's a fat, but it's connector fat. So what's happening is your collagen, you got excess collagen, and it is surrounding the fat globules and kind of making a hard case so they aren't accessible. So you're not using those particular ones but although it did go away, it went, I didn't have any cellulite looking bumpy lumpy on my legs at all when I lost that weight on keto. But for me, it went away. But I realized if I've got excess collagen, it's not going where I want it in my face. But I've also noticed sagging in my face. That happened too. Like I said, almost overnight. It was weird, really weird. So something's going on. Not good. I don't know what's going on, but it's not good in that regard. So I'm going to start probably taking beef gelatin, making jello, because I made carnivore jello, just Kool-Aid and beef gelatin, water, and some stevia, and do that and see if I get the gut aches from it and see if this repairs. I'm low in copper and zinc also. Low copper and low zinc can cause sagging of skin and gray hair. Although I don't know if since I've colored my hair, I don't know if I got gray. I'm sure I want to see if it's coming in gray still or not. I'm sure some of it is. So what is different? Now I'm anxious to get rid of all this gunk here. I hate it, but it's all over body. I'm starting to wonder if an all over body fat is an indicator of insulin resistance. So I was watching, who was it yesterday, said that they've seen some heavy people. Who was it? They said they don't have insulin resistance. They are metabolically healthy, but they're overweight. I don't know how that can be. Excuse me, unless it does tie into, yeah, but I think people that put weight on in their faces are definitely insulin resistant. My dad was like that. I used to think it was hereditary, but I don't think so. Now, I don't think anything's really hereditary except eye color, hair color, and all that. I think if you've got problems, well, our family was all overweight. Well, it was what you were eating. Y'all lived in the same house. Y'all ate the same barbecues. So when I see people that are complaining about stuff like that, I look at them and say, no, it's not hereditary. You're not just destined to have diabetes. It's what you're eating. They don't they don't want to admit it's in their control. That just stop shoving the cake. You don't even have to eat that much and it will trigger you. It gets to where you don't even really eat meat will do it. That's crazy. It's just you've trained your body to do bad things. You have to untrain it. Okay, well, I don't know why I've got a headache in the back of my head here. Oh no. Don't know why. It's not real bad though. I got stuff I got to do. I got lots of stuff to do. I got a few plants to repot and I'll be done with that. I've got to review some things I bought on Amazon. I have a kid's toy box that somebody made. It's probably over 50 years old, made with plywood, and they did a good job on it. It was probably a dad or a grandpa, probably a grandpa made it. I don't know where it came from. I ended up with it. I put it up to sell it just like it is, and nobody bought it. So I'm going to paint it white. I'll probably put some mint green stripes on it. And I want to I've ordered these from Amazon. It's like a mural thing. But I thought, I could paint stuff on there because I am artistic, but it would take me too long. I don't have time for that. I got lots of stuff to do yet. I can't wait to get everything done so I can actually relax and actually read a book or watch a movie this winter. That'll be nice. I used to read 3 or 4 books at a time. I get bored with one and pick up another and start reading it. I get bored with that. And anyway, this is, if it'll come out. Oh yeah, this will be cute. They're stickers, but I can put them on and I can, oh, it must be really long. Yeah, see, it's got a little long. Let me get rid of the background thing. There we go. Yeah. It's got little lions and flowers and all kinds of stuff in here. But I need to review this, but I'm gonna, oops. There are 2 separate rolls. This is pretty nice. So I can put this on there in different places. I'll do it probably maybe an off-white with green stripes, a light green, mint green, or off. I like this meerkat thing. But anyway, I'll put some of these, I'll line them up so they look like they're actually supposed to be there. That'll be cute. That'll be cute. I got to review that. I got a bunch of reviews I have to do. Because I was invited by Amazon. This is so awesome. I want to do reviews. I would love to do that for money. Or to be able to keep the stuff and just sell it, which is apparently I can sell all this. Once I've done the review, I've actually bought it by using my review. I take pictures. Most people don't, but I do. And I notice that when I take pictures and I do a good review, it doesn't have to be a positive review. This has to be a good, well-worded, well-covered review. I get offered higher end things. Today I got, let me see if I can show you. This thing really still makes me mad. I need to share my screen. Hang on. Share. Come on, you can do it. Share. There you go. This thing, yeah, I didn't care for the color that much, but the dress was really pretty. And of course, it doesn't look like this, but it was one of the offerings I got a few weeks ago. And I ordered the wrong size because when I looked at, isn't that pretty? That's what it looks like, not this. See, this thing up here made it look like it's really long and fluffy, flowy. Anyway, I ordered it, then I realized, oh crud, it's the wrong size. Because they said later on, they said order a size up because these are small, made small. Even at 10% off, that would be what, $380. So it'd be $35. But yeah, I don't wear dresses. This would be more something I'd wear around the house. But I could have got this, but I didn't. So that's one of the nicer things. And a lot of the things are snapped up really fast. And I mean fast. So yesterday, these were 2 of the offerings that I could have got. It says recommended for you. You won't see them out in the open space where everybody else goes. But this thing was a cute little set. I would have bought that for myself. Actually, it's for kids. It's a backpack, a lunchbox, and a zipper bag. But nah, I'm not going to. Because they have a lot of things, a lot of nice things. So here's the additional items. But they said review these things. They teach you how to do it. But there's 11,467 items in the automotive department alone. 38,078 offerings right now. And they change as days go on and people grab them. Home and kitchen. Let me see what they've got for me right now. Because I think I can do 3 choices a day. I get 3 choices a day. This is the things they had for me today. If I had a mini Starlink, I would get that, but on a sweater, it'll be different things that you don't see out in the general population. This is the general population right here. So anyway, I just review. And then once I have them and I've reviewed them, I have to do how many reviews? I'm trying to think. Okay, I've done 53 reviews. I have 89% of my reviews for my orders. My insightfulness is excellent, so they give me good things. Reviews with media. So I've done 58, almost 60% I've done with pictures. Clothing, I'll sometimes take pictures just so I can put them up because I don't wear them and take pictures like some people do. Anyway, I can order up to 3 items a day, and order items up to $100. And once I've done a certain amount of reviews, I'm trying to think how many. It says then I can order up to 8 items a day, and I can go up to any amount. So that I've already got $1,500 worth of stuff, which a lot of the stuff I get is overpriced. This is a lot. This thing was $89 or $79. This is my last order thing. Oh, good. I've got one more left. What I do is I try to do 1 or 2 and then save 1 in case they pop up something, because they're putting things up all the time in case they put something up really good, because sometimes they'll put up some really expensive stuff and you have to be fast because people grab them quick. So this thing here, I got it for, I think it'll do, it's a voice changer. It's an amp, about $80. If I don't like it, I can sell it. I'll sell it, make some money off of it. But the voice changer thing is kind of interesting. I might play with that a little bit. It's something fun to play with. Somebody will buy it from me. If I like put like $65 on it instead of being 80, people get it like it's on sale. So that'd be awesome. I got this little bag because some of the stuff I got, I was thinking, I love pink. The purple one I thought was cuter, but I was thinking, I looked at that and I thought $50. Good grief. Would somebody pay 50 for that? Probably. Seems overpriced, but it comes with accessories. So I'll do a review on this. And here are reviews that other people did that are, says Amazon Vine customer review of free product. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm reviewing all these free products that I get. And I get to choose which ones, which is really nice. But people are like taking a picture. She took a picture in her car, no less, and posted it. And it's interesting. It's cute. But I paid 50 for it? No way. Are you kidding me? No way. Maybe $10, $15 at Walmart, I was thinking. But no, if they can get away with selling that for 50, I'll know when I get it how nice it is. She did a really short review. So yeah, that thing there, I got that one. That'll be here Monday. So I've got a glut of boxes on my porch. I got to figure out how I'm going to get rid of them all. But I figure I can make a little bit of extra money with this stuff. I got some things for my business here. This is a 10-foot inflatable. I just got this today. It was $90. I'll be selling it. I'm not going to keep it. With built-in LED lights. I don't know that it's got a fan with it because I lifted it up and it's really lightweight. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. Let's see if it says what LED lights. This cute Christmas. built-in powerful fan. So it does have its own fan. It's cute, but I don't really have any place to put it. And little kids would love to walk through there. You put that over your sidewalk or something. Well, I don't have a sidewalk. I have a carport and a driveway. Um, but for somebody that has this, kids would just absolutely go gaga for this. So, but I grabbed that up really fast because it went quick. But anyway, it's fun. So I spend time reviewing. Oh, and I got my nephew a Bible. It's this thing I think was like $40. I got myself this study Bible. This thing's huge. I got it in the mail. I've got it next to me. I haven't even taken the cover off yet, but yeah, it's huge. This was a $50 to $55 for this Bible, which I was like, yeah. Cat mat, my little doormat. But I've got a lot of stuff. I have got a lot of stuff. This house light thing, my sister really liked that. I might buy her one. And I got a matcha set. This is really nice. But yeah, a little bit of everything. Here's the kids stuff. Here's the jungle thing that I just showed you guys. See, it's got the tree that goes up and all this other stuff. But I just need it for, I'll use bits and pieces of it for doing furniture and that. But that'll be cute. I'll put that on their little toy box. Peel and stick. It should work. And I'll just cover it with this protective coating. Yeah, let's see. I thought about putting that around the top edge of it. It'll still be nice. So yeah, see what you have is right here, $19.69. And then here you have a coupon price of $18.11. But I can't use the coupon when I buy stuff. Some things have 20% off. So I'm paying the full price. I'm not paying for it, but I have to pay taxes. Everything that I get, it can be like $2,000 worth of stuff. I have to pay tax on $2,000, which is what for my state be $160 for $2,000 worth of stuff. That's a pretty good deal. But I look to see how popular it is. 18 left in stock. That's very popular. The same with that little purse that oh, this mirror. I got this mirror. It's a piece of junk. It looks nice, but I mean, it's nice, but it's not worth $27. I would say maybe 5 or 6, maybe 10 at the most. It's very cheesy looking. I'm going to end up painting it, painting it white and then doing gold highlights on it. But yeah, it's pretty. It is pretty, but the gold is really a cheesy gold. What I do is I'll do my review and I'll pull the comments up. Oh, and I got this. This is a good deal. $80. Automatic chicken coop door with anti-pinch chicken coop door, solar panel with LCD screen, electric auto chicken coop door. So when I get my coop, my little chickens can go in and out because it opens up when they get up next to it so they can walk in and out. Pretty cool. They have the strangest things though. You never know what you're going to get. What you have options for. What I ordered today. Oh, this looks to be really cheap. This is a beautiful easel, $50 easel, but it's in a box. I have to put it all together, but it's a really ugly gold. It's a cheap. It doesn't look like that. It's not pretty like that. I'll be spray painting that too. But it's too lightweight to really display artwork on. It's more like for foam core. Like this thing here is a cheapy little poster thing. It's good for that. I might sell it. I don't know. Let's see. I was thinking if I had a business, it'd be good to put in a store. I got these things, these dropper bottles. They come in very handy. They haven't come in yet. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing with my time. Okay, there it is. It's not it. There it is. There it is. So that's, yeah, it takes up time too, because I do take my time. I don't want people buying something that's crappy. So I make sure that they've got a good review. Like I said, they're giving better and better items for me to choose from the longer I do this. See, this had a coupon on it too. $10 instead of 12, but I had to pay the tax on $12, but that's all right. Okay. But yeah, apparently, was it? Oh, Clifford out in chat in D Live chat. I think it was Clifford said his daughter does reviews, and he said she makes huge money doing it. I got to talk to him about that because I would like to do professional reviews. I'll just get better with what I'm doing until I actually can qualify. Then I can apply to different businesses and do reviews. Because I know some people I might end up doing videos. That will be fun. But yeah, there are people that actually do reviews and get paid to do it. And the way I'm getting paid to do this, because I'm going to end up trying to figure out how I'm going to sell some of the stuff I need to sell, the stuff I'm not going to keep. Trying to figure out if I want to put it up on eBay or if I want to put it up on my website as a separate area. Because some of this stuff, I think eBay gives you a break on mailing, or Etsy. Maybe it's Etsy. They give you a break on mailing, but Etsy was really difficult to figure out. They're kind of losing their clout now. But yeah, I might things like the necklaces and things like that, I can put in an envelope and send it, and that's not going to cost much. But I don't want the person to have to pay a fortune to have things shipped. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do it. I might put some things in a local store or something. I would like to have a small shop actually where I can put all this stuff. Furniture, because I got a lot of furniture I want to sell. And I'd like to put it in a shop, and I can have my business like my silver and a whole bunch of I want to have give people as many reasons as possible to come into the store. So just have whatever furniture I've got for set, like you stage something, have it all for sale. That would be nice. That'd be nice. Washington State, though, boy, they gotta loosen up. We gotta get our vote fraud fixed here, because without it, I won't be making any money. So let's see, 81 minutes. I think that's awfully long. So let's see. So the positives is last week I did the fasting. I'm going to eat today. As soon as I get off here, I want to eat early today because I ate too late yesterday. I'm going to eat, and then I'll probably fast tomorrow. Maybe fast tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow, and then maybe the next day too. See how I feel. I'll tell you one thing, when you're fasting, it sure gives you a lot more time in your day because you don't have to fix food. Okay, here we go with this thing again. Why is it doing this? Oh, because I'm sharing my screen. Yep. And there's nothing there but me. Okay, so I am going to peel out of here. I'm going to pull out my furniture and get it ready. It's getting hot though, 85 degrees already. Okay, first I'm going to eat, then I'm going to do my reviews. Then I'm going to pull up my furniture. I got stuff I got to take out to the garden shed. Let's do. Hope it doesn't get too hot. And my tiara. I got my pictures of my tiara done, so I can review this now. It's heavy. But it's cute. I thought, you know what? Dress up. Why not? I'll get maybe we'll have a little dress up get together and we'll do a fun show or something. That sounds like fun. I know I could do this for my celebration for when I get down to even if I lost 20 pounds, I'd be like, yes, we're getting there. I got a lot. I think I probably have to lose about 50 at least. If I lost 50 pounds, that would put me into a size 11. I want to be around 130. That's what I was in high school. And I felt pretty good. And I looked good. My figure was good. So yeah, maybe. So I got about 70 pounds to lose. And I've lost 2 in 5 months. I'll be 150 by the time I get down to 130 if that's the way we go. Plugging away. Yeah, and like I said, I probably won't stay on carnivore for life. No, I'm not. I know I'm not going to. But I'll get down to my desired weight. It will either be keto or I'm not going off of keto. Keto, if I back off carnivore, it's going to be keto. Just be careful with the seed oils and keep check on how I'm feeling with what I'm eating. And that does make it easy. Write it down. How did you feel when you ate this? And if you noticed a difference when you ate something, then you don't want to be eating it. And that makes it easy. I mean, that's the elimination thing is easy, easy. So I know that seed oils are bad. I'll just be using avocado oil because it's made from the fruit and not the seeds. And I will be using olive oil, those two oils. Because I know I don't react to those. So that's good. So I can make my deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs. Now, you just get 4 eggs, get them boiled up, chop them up, take the yolks out, mush them up with a little bit of avocado or olive oil mayo, so a little squirt of mustard, um, chop up. If you're going to do carnivore, you won't, unless you're dirty carnivore. If you're going to do keto, no, I'm gonna eat pickles because I know I can now. It's not going to hurt me. So as a hardcore carnivore, no, I'm not going to do. As of 4 months, I think I'm good. I think I know if it's not moving, if nothing's moving, then why worry about it? I'll have a pickle now and then, a little gherkin. Chop it up, fine. Mix it in with the yolks and the mayo and mix it all up. Well, if you do, I'm not doing onion powder yet. A lot of even carnivores are doing onion or garlic, but I'm not yet. Sprinkle that in there, mix it all up, some pepper, salt, and pop it back in those eggs. And I don't even pick them up. I just take a fork and eat them, chop them up. They last longer that way and you get full after. But no, they're just really good. Yeah, and you can put paprika on them if you want, or hot peppers or something. So yeah, it's good eating. I mean, it's not a bad way to eat. And you do get full, and steak still tastes good after 4 months, and bacon still tastes. I've had bacon and eggs though. I have so basically I've cut out eggs other than yesterday having that's what I had for supper, or was it the day before? I hadn't had eggs for like 2 weeks. And some people say the whites in eggs cause problems. Apparently not for me. Hey, you guys give me a thumbs up if you would out there. At some point, I'm going to grow this channel. Right now, I don't care if it's growing, but at some point I will. I have the Oasis Lounge channel I'll be firing up. A lot of stuff has to wait a few months till I get everything done outside. A lot of things I got to get done. I got to get um, I've got a generator. I want to make sure it works hooked up. My mom wired the house to switch over to a generator if necessary. It's already wired up for that. So I got to get an electrician over here, show me how to get it fired up and make it work. So if the power goes out this winter, I'll be covered. I want to do that. I got to get my chimney cleaned. I asked my sister to get a hold of her friend about the firewood. I got to get firewood in big time. I want to make sure because that's big. I don't have the money to run my furnace, so I've got to get firewood. I got to change the grate or the trim around my door again. So there's things I should write this down actually. Sitting here telling you about it. You guys don't care. Okay. What else? I'll be a bit busy for the next month or so. I'm getting a lot done each day, except when I'm sitting here on my butt talking to you guys or doing my reviews, which I expect because I was like, I wanted to do the carnivore keto counselor thing, and I wanted to do that. And I was like, God, do you want me to do that? I don't know. Do you want me to I was giving people info about food anyway, and health stuff and supplements and all that. And I thought it'd be a good fit for me. It'd be good money too, really good money. So I applied and they never got back with me. I should have looked in my junk file. Maybe they did, but it's $3,500. And it's a 6-month class. It's Dr. Barry. It's very complete, but not having lost any weight yet on my carnivore thing. I sleep good when I sleep. I mean, if I wake up, I can go back to sleep again, which I couldn't do before. My joints don't hurt. I can lay in bed, and I don't have any flexibility problems. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. That's what woke me up this morning. I stretched in my sleep, and my right calf got a Charlie horse. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, no, no, no. I was trying to relax, but once you get into it, it wants to keep clamping down. So I reached down and was kind of massaging it and trying mentally to relax it. And then I started doing something. My other leg started trying, but my right leg, for some reason, is way worse than my left. And I had never had it happen to my left, but I started as like, and it got to the point where, oh, don't stretch, don't stretch, don't stretch. You want to stretch, stop, don't, you know, yeah, because it was like yowza. So I must be really low in magnesium. I got to, and I took magnesium last night. I took some natural calm. So I've definitely got to take some. I got to dig through my bottles and see if I've got any magnesium glycinate or any other kind. I need to take it because I'm getting in the morning when I stretch, it's bad. After laying down, it's doing something. It might be lactate or something. But ouch, it was bad. So anyway, yeah, I applied and he didn't. He said they sent out emails. So if I do get chosen, I probably will do that because it's something I can do. He said that I'd be making money, or class would be making money before the 6 months was up. So it'd be a return. I could start getting a return on the money I spent because I can't just spend $3,500. I can't afford to lose that. I just because I have to put on a card. I can't afford to lose that. So, but he said it'd be learning all about the carnivore and keto stuff, and then he and his wife Nisha, who's a nurse, and then doing setting up a website, getting clients, how to get clients, how everything. He's basically it's a one-stop shop for everything you need to start a business. Doing, and he said I could work in a doctor's office, which cringe. But if I it would give me street cred if I did, and I might try doing that for a short time just so that I could get because it's a health coach. Um, just so that I could say this is my credentials. Not that I think personally working in a doctor's office is something that would normally make me think you're good at what you do. Tells me that you're ignorant of medicine. Actually, that's my opinion. That's how I would see it. But other people worship doctors and they worship clinics and they worship the shot and they worship all that stuff. So when you look at stuff like that, yeah, it was because I want to. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it up big. I want to make good money because I want a car. I need a new car. My car, God is holding it together. Uh, I need something that's good in the snow. And that little car, it's a little Prius, and it's 18 years, almost 19 years old. It's a good little car, but I just don't want it to start falling apart on me. And those batteries only last so long too, those big batteries. But I want to get rid of it while it's still worth some money, and I'd like to get a RAV4. So if I got that job, if I got to go into that class and was able to start making money and it was relatively good, um, I would get a car and actually put it on payments, which I wouldn't normally do. But President Trump said interest will be waived on the payments. Kelly Hogan, I was in her class. I wanted to see what she did. She's a health coach. She had 60 people in the one class, and she did 3 classes a week. I'm trying to think it was each day. Mine was on Wednesday. Yeah, it was all Wednesday. I think she did a couple classes a week. So I was the last class on Wednesday. There were 2 ahead of that. Ah, hi Marcia, how are you doing? Yeah, how do you like it? Yeah, I had the necklace too. I just took it off. My skin used to eat through this type of metal, and I have to be careful. It's a pretty little set. They had it in all different colors too. Check out that. Isn't that pretty? Woohoo. I like it. I like it. We're gonna have a ladies' day where all us gals are gonna get in there and we're gonna doll up. We're gonna doll up, be our diva selves. Uh, but she had 60 people in that paid $50 a piece. That was one class. That was my class at 5 o'clock. Then she had one at 2 o'clock, and she had one at 11 o'clock. So she had 3 classes a day with 60 people at $50 a piece for one day. That's on Wednesday. And I think she had them. I could go in and look. Oh, it's good to see you, Marcia. So yeah, it was. I'm thinking, even if I had half of that, that's an amazing amount of money. Of course, you got to pay a lot of tax too, but it's an amazing amount of money that I could actually use to buy a car with and get my roof replaced, which needs it horribly. So I never checked the junk folder to see maybe if he sent me a notification. It might have went to the junk folder, but I was hoping to get into that. But it's up to God. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I should have asked him first, but if he doesn't allow it, then obviously. But no, I do get a kick out of reviewing things. I have a lot of fun with it, but it does take me a long time. And I'm only doing three. And sometimes I don't get it. It's like I'm getting 5 or 6 things at one time. So I take a lot of pictures of what I can get pictures of. Then I have to transfer them to figured out finally how to do it, transferred it to my computer, and then write up the review and put all the right keywords in there that they need, and then put the pictures in. And it takes for each thing, I take quite a while. I don't think most people do, but it takes me quite a while because I want to do a good review. See, I was going to YouTube to check out the astronauts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Marcia. Yeah, actually we Teresa and I and Heidi and who else? Reality and Bible study. We watched that. Um we watched them coming out of the capsule. Teresa saw them landing, but I didn't. I'd already seen them do that before. We watched three of them get pulled out. Was it the first or second guy? He was weak, man. He was like, ugh, he was all wobbly, but they got him taken care of. Yeah. How do you like my Aussie glasses? I got the Aussie hair, the Aussie face. I figured I might as well put the Aussie glasses on. uh, yeah, I started. Yeah, I started after Bible study because I know sometimes I'll start like around noon, and then it goes on. Sometimes I'll talk for 2 hours, and then the day's half gone, and by then it's like, eh. So I'm looking at a plant right now. I bought it at Costco. It's a palm, one of those ones they always had in the old fashioned houses and stuff, but they must have dropped it because it's sitting crooked in a pot. So I need to repot that. And I got all my plants watered this morning while I was listening to Chuck Missler. But yeah, that's my crown. It's my crown. They had pink, they had all different colors. They had like birthstone colors. It's supposed to be for weddings and stuff. Maybe for instead of doing a like creepy Halloween thing, maybe we'll do a diva show for Halloween and do like Esther, Queen Esther. That's what it reminds me of is Queen Esther. Except I'm more like Vashti. I'm less like Esther, and I'm unfortunately more like Vashti. Uh, but that's a really pretty crown. Very pretty. If I get more, I could actually send them. Yeah, this is one of the, I have to review this today, and this got some sharp edges on it. I actually caught my skin with it, like very sharp edges. But it's pretty heavy. It probably weighs, I don't know. It's heavy. It's heavy. But yeah, isn't that pretty? I love the design of it. But yeah, it's got those little hooks on the end. And one of the hooks wasn't finished properly. It's got earrings too, which I don't wear. I'm not gonna wear those. They'll make me break out. So anyway, 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. Oh geez, what's going on? Oh, Mary Magdalene's fighting with Ricky Roush in chat. Mary Magdalene. Oh dear, she's angry. Ricky's he's getting flayed out there in chat. So anyway, ugh, get the hair out of my mouth. I'm gonna go. Now Kinsley's going after him. Oh my, I gotta share this. This is if you guys, most people here I think have been from my channel or from YouTube or D Live, excuse me. I think oh here we go. We still have it up. You reload it. That's old. That's from my show last night when I showed that. Goodness sakes. Mary or Montana Cindy's trying to excuse Ricky's ill behavior. Let's see. There's some cuss words in here, just so you know. Let's see. Last night he was vile. Yeah, he was a creep. He was a creep to her. The bike thing started last night. Yeah, she had an e-bike. Mary Magdalene, who's been trying to find a place to move to. Still looking for a house after all these months. Can't find it. I can't remember where she lives. I sent her a Bible. Do you want a Bible? Um, Unfortunately, this stuff gets posted, but uh, F you, Ricky. Mary emailed me, no underscore. I am sorry and can help. Maybe he's gonna send her some money. I don't know. I think he's got money. Yeah, Ricky Roush at yahoo.com. So I don't ever want to speak to you after what you said to me last night. F.O. Ricky. Montana, Cindy. What did you say, Ricky Roush? He said the other person needed my bike more than I did, and that's a communist comment. That's how they let you have really bad crime because they must have needed it more. That's an asinine thing to say. He says, I said what I always say when stuff gets stolen. They needed my stuff more than I did. Apparently, no, they needed a drug fix. But you do you, Ricky. And she says, again, F you, Ricky. Kinsley said, Ricky, is that your apology? Kicking someone when they're down? The drama in chat is it never disappoints. Yeah, and Yeshua is Yahweh. Ricky is pro illegal immigration and pro DACA. How base is that? And I've seen him over in Diggy's channel saying very similar things. Yes. I'm offering to buy her a replacement for my social error. Well, that's nice of him if he was going to do that. Here's Montana Cindy standing up for him. Ricky has had a lot stolen from him. I think most people have, actually. Mary says, thank you for standing up for me. Well, if he was really going to buy her a bike, I would say shake hands. That's a very, very generous thing for him to do. Very generous. I'm disabled and carry my 24 case of water on my bike. Ooh, that's hard to do. That's a lot of weight. And that's Mary's only mode of transportation. Ricky says, we could be friends then. Well, I gotta say, that's a nice thing for him to do. Mary says, well, if you try to get a plug, all the bike shops, I don't understand that. Well, I hope that goes through. Pray that Ricky does what he says he's going to do and buys her a bike and that she accepts it. That's an awfully huge because they're like the one she had was 2,000. You can get them for I think I got mine for 1,100, which was still a lot of money. But yeah, I'd like to see that happen. That'd be good. I don't like Ricky. I think he's a crapster, but that kind of raised him up that much in my estimation if he really went through with it. Excuse me. Oh, geez, who's playing Nick Fuentes out there? Good grief. Mary Magdalene said, well, I know the Lord will take care of it. He kind of just did, girl. Accept the apology and take the bike. And pedal to your heart's content, because otherwise you're not going to get it. God just gave you an out, my dear. Grab it. You've got it. Grab it, grab it. Yeah, that would make me feel a lot better about him because I really dislike that man. He's done nothing but cause problems in chat purposely and hurting people and all that. So that would be good. That would be good. That's a big apology. Oh, so anyway, what time is it? Where am I? Where am I? Let's look at my YouTube. Yeah, those glasses cracked me up. I think I might still have my glasses like that. I liked when I turn sideways, they try to catch up with my face. That's pretty cool. My crazy looking hair right now. Look at this all frizzed out. At least I have hair. I should be glad I've got hair. Some people don't. Okay. Well, I think where'd my oh there it is. Got 5 people watching. I might come on again later. No, it depends. Sometimes in the afternoon, I think I'm going to do things. I'm just like, I'm going to watch TV, or I'm gonna waste some time. But yeah, I do have things. I should write a list of things and just mark them off. Oh, I've got my list here. Let me see how many things. I got to pull this up really quick. This is my list of stuff from I think this spring. That's my list of things that I have to do. And I kept it up here. I'm going to do it again because there are things I need to do. List, credenza, sewing cabinet, no idea. Credenza. Don't know. install both hardware and curtain rods, which I haven't done yet. Insurance, I did. Take canning to the basement, I did. Cover furniture. So this must have been last fall. Cover furniture, back patio. Yeah, this was last year. Go through boxes. So I've done some of that. I did cover the furniture. I had to stack it up, and I did get a furniture cover set for an L-shaped patio set, which I have, but my patio set comes apart. I can move it. I love it. I haven't sat on it once this year, and I didn't sit on it all last year. It stayed piled up. Moved shelves to the basement. I did that. Yeah, I will be using this. I'm gonna write a list of things I need to do because I really maybe just pull that off. Ding dong. Oh, it was glued on. Maybe. Nope, there we go. Oh, and call Crystal for wood or get money for the wood. So yeah, it's been a year since I've used this, and this is exactly why I bought this. So I could keep my projects. I have a great big one. It was my mom's that she bought at Costco, which I did use, but it was just too big. We actually wrote all the things when my dad died, all the things that we had to do on there, and kept everything straight. Take canning to basement, did that. Been there, done that. Yeah, I'm glad I was talking to you guys. I'm glad you reminded me of this. Go through boxes. There's always boxes to go through. I got to go through the stuff in the upstairs bedroom. Or okay, install bath hardware. Oh, install the bathroom hardware. I did that. I didn't do the curtain rods. I'll leave curtain rods up. Did the insurance. Moved shelves to the basement. Yeah, so now I can just do the biggest things first. Yeah. Perfect. I sure hope I get my wood. You guys pray that his name is, what is his name? Philly's friend. He used to work for my dad years ago. That he I told him I would buy, oh, it's 95. It's 85 here. 85 here. Yeah, I hope that Mary takes that bike off her. She's foolish not to. I know she's kind of got a little bit of pride there. She's really angry at him. Really angry at him, but it was so behoove her to take him up on it with that bike. She's not gonna, God can provide. He just did. God just provide. It's something you need to think about. Sometimes he does provide, and maybe stubborn pride will keep you from accepting his gift to you. I don't know. It's in that case, yeah. I hope I'm not. I wonder if that thing works. I hope that I know there's times when I've done that. It's like, well, God hasn't done it. Well, yeah, he did. It's like there's stories about this happening too to people. About how, yeah, God brought you 3 different things and you just like, anyway, I hope she takes him up on that. Oh, and also, yeah, I've got to hang some transom rods. Ooh, and I got to get some out of the shop too. Think about hanging my mom's curtains back up in the front window again. Don't know. I've got blinds in the window. I won't do it till next year, maybe. I've got transom rods for the new bedroom upstairs when I get all my stuff done. I haven't got the bookcase flipped over yet. My sister and Sullivan were here yesterday, but Sullivan didn't think that we could do it because it's big, so it's awkward. And it has to be lifted up carefully and then set down. She said that Jolynn Sullivan's mom is coming up next week. So we'll see if between 4 of us we can't get that stupid thing flipped over, because I and the plumber, I got to call him. His job failed. Plumber. I got to figure out what his name was. We put the top on the other one, and it's only like a foot narrower than the one that has to go up now. So, yeah, sorry for the itching. I get itchy sometimes from this insulin resistance. Anyway, I want to get that done because I've got curtain rods I got to hang up in there, and I haven't done it yet. I need to wash windows. I washed some of them. I washed the inside down here. I didn't do the top tier this time. I'm going to do that next spring. wash. I got the inside of the kitchen one, but I got flies popping in when I open the door. It makes me mad. But I got to do the outside ones. I got the house sprayed around the edges. I have a little bit maybe more to do on the porch, but because the spiders, oh my God, they're coming in like crazy. They are pouring in. It's just wow, what is going on? I've found them upstairs where I've never even seen them before. So they've been coming in for a little while and I just didn't know it. Yeah, well, get one of these things. These are really handy. They're a dry erase. It's tiny. They do have some at the dollar store. I think I got this one at Walmart. I can't remember why I got it there instead, but it's got this little eraser on the end and this little pin. And you can buy replacement pins really cheap. But this is handy, very handy. You over here. I don't need you there. Yeah. But they're really handy. And then you just because I've got post-it notes. I got this stuff. It's like then you have to go through it and look. It's like US steel and nuclear. What was that for? Oh, investments, because President Trump talked about US steel and nuclear power. So those are things, just a suggestion for investing in the stock market. I've got some passwords because I got screwed out of my passwords again. I've got, oh, this was what I was doing 2 weeks ago. B1, which I need to take today. B1, oh no, this is at 81 milligrams of aspirin a day for insulin resistance. 2 is ketones, which helps with the insulin resistance. 3, salt in water for energy. And 4, MCT oil, 4 tablespoons a day, which you kind of need to be eating to do that. It's good in coffee, but then a lot of it sticks to the edge of your cup. Definitely need to eat, but she said MCT oil really helps with ketones, so do that for a few weeks. That's my, I need to put that on my fridge actually. And on the back, somebody's website and a dollar amount and a password that I don't know what it goes to. I've got stuff written on my Costco thing that will be thrown away once I figure out what it was, but I know what that is. It was the balance of my credit card that I had to throw away. So yeah, it's I got little things here and there. So this little guy here really helps with tasks that you need to get done, especially for me, because I like to erase them once they're on there. If I make it in a straight line, then I can erase these. Hey, Teresa. Oh, really? They were giving you too much thyroid? So you're feeling better now? Good. You're taking levothyroxine, right? Let's see. I found out why I was not feeling good. Okay, yeah, that's odd. Most people feel better when they're taking more. You have to have the ability to convert T4 to T3. And that's why I don't like the T4 only thyroid hormones, because you've got, I think they're thinking now 5 thyroid hormones. So you're only taking T4. And if you don't have certain things in your system, you can't convert it to T3. Most people don't have it. I think it only works, T4 only works for like 10% of the population. Okay, that's what I thought. Well, I'm glad if you're feeling better. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, I've always had thyroid problems. I just found that taking the medicine didn't work for me because we talked about that last week. But I'm glad. That's a good thing. Although blood work doesn't tell you, it only tells you if your pituitary is working. So TSH, excuse me, thyroid stimulating hormone comes from the pituitary, THS or TSH, excuse me. Yeah. And the numbers, often they treat numbers and not the person, the patient, and that's a big problem with hypothyroidism. They look at the numbers, and the numbers really mean nothing in the long run. That's the way they roll. Tis the way they roll. Let's see. Yeah, I got a list of things. I got to get that plumber here before I keep putting it off. He's the one that remember my sewer went out. You guys, some of you might remember that. It started backing up in the basement. Um, at first it was just water. So whenever I ran the sinks, which I do a lot of do a lot of dishwashing or what I'm running water in the house. It was clear water. And then when I saw, cause what's that coming from? I thought something was leaking because I had shelving over the top with paint and stuff on it. I thought something was leaking. And then I saw it's like, oh wait, now it's brown. Okay, I know what that is. Yuck. So I called the plumber and he said that the pipe going out to the um, septic tank had been crushed. So $4,000 later, might have been 42. He had to dig it out, take off because my dad had put blacktop there, figuring it would never go bad. Well, it crushed, so he had to dig out all that blacktop, which was a real bummer, and laid new pipe. I took pictures of everything. The insurance wouldn't pay for it, so I had to pay it out of pocket. He put it back together, and he has the access pipe right next to the house now, so he doesn't have to dig it up again. And it has a cap on it. Well, I went out there the other day, and all the dirt has fallen in, and the top of the cap is hanging off. So something happened. I got to get a hold of him and send him a picture and let him know what happened. Hmm. Hey, do you want to go for a ride? Yes, I do. Okay, that's Shelly wanting to go for a bike ride. What else is there? They said that blood work came back that showed my heart was slightly elevated, mild heart disease. Um, Heart disease is reversible. You get it from what you're eating. It doesn't just happen. It's just like not your body magically doing something all by itself. It's what you're eating. Dr. Berg covers that. Dr. Berry covers that. Get away from the seed oils. That's a big one. Um, Low magnesium can cause problems. Um, your heart's a muscle. So think about it. If your heart has disease, how come everything else, all your other muscles don't have disease? It's because of what's going through it. And you've got probably your arteries are getting messed up from the seed oils and that. Are you, I felt like crap, and I started taking salt every day and it made me feel a lot better. So anyway, I'm going to have to go because my sister wants to go for a bike ride and I don't know how long it's going to be before she's here. But Teresa, look, I'll put the names out there in chat so you have them to look it up because they'll try to put you on drugs. They'll try to give you a statin. And if you want to get Alzheimer's and if you want to be really sick, take your statins. They love pushing statins. You know, the kickback on statins must be sky high because uh, they've been, my dad died in 2016 and my dad got stents and they tried to put him on statins, and clear back then, the good doctors knew better than to do that. And that's what, 9 years ago? But the kickback's got to be high on statins. It destroys your cholesterol. No one has ever died from high cholesterol, ever. Dr. Wallach still has a standing offer. Anybody that can prove they have gets $1 million. Nobody's ever collected. They'll try to sell your cholesterol. You go do that. No, if you do keto would help, but carnivore will help reverse a lot of that stuff, apparently. So Dr. Berg. And Dr. Berg still adheres to keto. He's not a hardcore carnivore. He's not hell on fiber, food fibers and stuff like that. Dr. Berry is. But look up those two doctors, just go to YouTube and put one of their names in and then put heart disease, put in heart disease. You might have, are you taking B1? Vitamin B1 helps with heart issues big time. Hearts with congestive heart failure. The cause of congestive heart failure is apparently low B1. So if you're low in B1, it's called beriberi too. So look into that stuff too. Dr. Berg talks a lot about the B1. Okay, it's 1:30. I'm out of here, you guys. Thanks for being with me. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I might be back. Don't know. I'm gonna dig in the Aussie glasses here. So And throw me a thumbs up if you think about it. I appreciate that. And I will see you maybe later, maybe next week, maybe next, but I'm trying to do this once a week, getting in here and right after Bible study, I think is the best time. We get done usually around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I shall see you later. Hasta la vista, baby. Bye, Marcia. Thanks for being here. Um, you have low B12. Yeah, getting shots is the best way to get B12. If your mom had dementia, that's hypothyroidism. Dementia is caused by hypothyroidism. Had she taken thyroid medicine like bioidentical, hypothyroid would have, or done keto. What you eat can cause hypothyroid. It stresses the body, and it's stress. Hypothyroid is a stress disease caused from stress. Takes out your cortisol. Anyway, I've done a lot of research in that. So see you guys later. Much love to you all. See you.